students, welcome to S Chemistry. My name is Sonal, and in today's session we are going to study about atoms. So in case as a student you have been recently introduced to the subject chemistry, then I'm sure this particular video will definitely help you. So when we talk about chemistry, chemistry is defined as a branch of science wherein we study matter. Okay, we study different physical properties of matter, chemical properties of matter, structure of matter, and also the chemical reactions which occur around us. So basically, if you want to study chemistry, you have to know the term matter. Okay, so what exactly is matter, or how is it that we define matter? Okay, matter can be defined as anything around us which occupies space. That's the first point, which occupies space and has some mass or volume. Okay, so mass quantity is considered when we are dealing with solids, okay, and volume quantity is considered when we are dealing with liquids or gases. So everything around us, whether it is a living system or it is a non-living system, if at all it occupies space and has some mass or volume, we can call it as matter. Okay, so me myself standing and filming this particular video, I am an example of living system under matter. Okay, the whiteboard that I'm using, the marker that I'm using, these are also examples of matter, but they fall under the non-living category. So if you understood the term matter, then the next question that should pop in your head is, what is matter made up of? Okay, and that is exactly the point where we have to talk about atoms. Okay, so I will just give you the definition of atom first, and then I will explain using examples. Okay, so atom is basically the building block of matter, or you can also say that matter is made up of atoms. So let us try to understand this with simple examples. Okay, when you look at a living system, the smallest unit which makes up the living system, they are known as cells, right? The smallest unit which makes up a living system, they are known as cells. When these cells stack with each other, you get tissues. Okay, when tissues are put together, you get organs, and when organs and muscles are put together, you get the entire living system, right? So the basic repeating fundamental unit of living system is known as cell. Okay, similarly, if there is construction going on, okay, if there's a construction going on of a building, or there's a construction going on of a house, okay, in order to construct something, the smallest unit that we use, those tiny materials, they are known as bricks, right? Bricks, when put together, you will get a wall, and when these walls are arranged in a particular structure, you end up with a building, right? So you can say that buildings are made up of bricks. Okay, living systems are made up of cells. Similarly, matter is made up of atoms. Atom is defined as the smallest unit of matter. Also, the building block of matter, the building unit of matter. Okay, so matter is made up of atoms. So let's do a quick summary. We saw what is matter. Then we had a question, what matter is made up of, right? Now we saw what are atoms. So the next question is obviously, what are atoms made up of? In case you guys have followed everything so far in this particular session, then please give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel S Chemistry. Moving further, the moment the term atom was realized in the field of chemistry, many scientists came forward in order to study it a little further. Okay, one of the renowned scientists who put up a theory which was known as Dalton's atomic theory, wherein he tried to study atoms, okay, and he gave a set of postulates. These postulates were nothing but conclusions of his work. Okay, now we are not interested in all of the postulates because our main focus is to study what is an atom, right? Okay, but we are interested in one of the postulate which was concluded by Dalton, and he said that an atom in fact is indivisible. The meaning of the term indivisible is that atoms cannot be divided any further. But this very postulate, which was put forward by Dalton, was proved to be wrong, and atoms were found to be divisible. Okay, many scientists came forward and showed experiments wherein they studied an atom, and it was proved that atoms can be divided into subatomic particles. So you can say that matter is made up of atoms and atoms are made up of subatomic particles. With different types of experiments, 3 subatomic particles were identified, and they were called as electrons, protons, and neutrons. So quick conclusion, matter is made up of atoms. Atoms are tiny building blocks of matter. Atoms are made up of subatomic particles. We have 3 subatomic particles known as electrons, protons, and neutrons. So next, let us look at some of the properties of these subatomic particles. Okay, first of all, let us see who were the scientists who actually discovered these subatomic particles. Okay, so electron was discovered by Sir J.J. Thomson, proton was discovered by Sir Rutherford, and neutron was discovered by J. Chadwick. Okay, now it wasn't an overnight thing, the discovery of these subatomic particles. There were various experiments performed, and after that it was concluded that these subatomic particles carry the following properties, which I'm going to talk about. Okay, now the first property important to us is the relative charge carried by these subatomic particles. Okay, so it was seen that electrons carry a -1 charge, which means that electrons are negatively charged. Okay, protons carry a +1 charge, which means that protons are positively charged, and the last one, neutrons, were considered, or neutrons were found to be neutral in nature. So you can write the relative charge of a neutron as 0, or you can simply put the term neutral. And lastly, talking about the relative mass. Now, one thing to note, relative charge and relative mass, these are comparative values amongst these 3. Okay, relative is a comparative value. Fine. So relative mass of an electron, that is mass of an electron in comparison to proton and neutron, is considered to be negligible. Okay, whereas relative mass of a proton is considered to be 1 and relative mass of a neutron is considered to be 1. The relative masses, or in general the masses of protons and neutrons, are equal to one another. Now, if you are looking for the actual mass, the actual value of mass for these 3 subatomic particles, so I have provided you with that as well. You must have noticed that the powers over here are in negative. Okay, so obviously the mass of an electron in comparison to mass of a proton and neutron is extremely less, and that's why it is considered to be negligible. So with that, we conclude with today's session. In the next session, I will talk about structure of an atom and atomic number and mass number. In case you guys did like this video and the content was helpful, then please give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.